Welcome to Hardwood Inspirations, Woodworking, Metalworking, and Travel. Today's project is a lifting basket for our lower shop where we use it to lift and drop items off of our mezzanine down to the floor of the shop where we often have bazaars. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe, hit that thumbs up and that notification bell for our next video. Have a great day. So the base frame of the basket is made out of some 1-inch, 1/8-inch angle iron, and I will be cutting it at 45-degree angle and then welding it together. Then it will also have some uprights of 1-inch by 1-inch angle iron that's 1/8 inch thick, and we will be then welding those in place and attaching wood to those. So the bottom of the basket will have expanded metal. This will help us keep the basket clean on the bottom and allow any loose items like sawdust or whatever to fall directly straight through and be able to clean it up easily. So I'm using my DeWalt metal cutoff saw here and the Diablo metal cutting blade to cut all my angled pieces and get them ready to machine. And I'm machining the angles and just truing everything up on my milling machine. So one of the things I did do is I used my milling machine to mill a couple of the corners just so they were nice and smooth and made a really nice weld. So here I am welding in one of the corner uprights, and then at the same time I'm welding in the bottom expanded metal. One of the things I needed to make sure was that the corners were all square with the base, and so I was using my handy carpenter square to check it in both directions before I tacked and welded them up. So for the lifting mechanism, what I did is I welded some 1-inch eye bolts in the corner of each of the uprights, and I'm going to be connecting some cable to that with clamps, and then having a center bolt that will hook onto a hook for the lifting mechanism. So on the ends of the basket, I use some 1-inch angle iron to connect the two corners, and then on the long portion of the basket, I use some 1-inch flat bar, 1/8 inch, to connect those corners. And then I proceeded to wipe it down, paint it, and get it all painted up and everything before I started to put the wood in place. So for the sides of the basket, I used some 1/4 inch birch plywood, and here I am putting in the first piece on one side. Now I'm going to do the one on the other end. So I used some 3/4 inch carriage bolts with lock nuts and washers to attach the plywood to all the metal railing and base. Here I'm using my cutoff blade on my angle grinder to cut off some 1/4 inch cabling that I will use for the entire lifting mechanism. So I got the basket lifting mechanism in place. It goes like this. It will lift up from all the corners. Looks like I might need to shorten this one up a little bit, but all the rest are fine. So, looks good. So here it is. We got our logos on there, Hardwood Inspirations, size corner. This is now the completed basket for lifting and lowering our items from our mezzanine in our lower shop. Here I am up on my mezzanine, and what I did is I bought a winch and I have a pulley system set up, and I'm lifting the basket up and down, and I have a 3-foot door that can open up off the railing that will put the basket onto the platform up above where we can load it or unload it and then lower it back down. It worked absolutely perfect, and I am so happy I did this because it saves my knees going up and down the stairways. Thanks for watching Hardwood Inspirations, Woodworking, Metalworking, and Travel. I hope you have a blessed day, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up and the notification bell. Have a great day.